Hi, I'm Tess.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
Hi guys, I'm Tess.
And I'm Kayla.
And today
I'm sick.
Yeah. Bear with her, please.
Yeah.
Today's video is going to be a little bit about like our #1 goal for 2018. We're just gonna talk a little bit about it and kind of update you guys on what's going on with our lives right now.
Yeah.
So we are currently at my parents' lake house. That's why the background looks very different. We are nearing the end of Kayla's birthday trip and
It was so good.
it was really good.
There'll
And
be a video coming out.
yeah, I was editing the video and I was like, I really want to spend some quality time on this. Like, I want to take my time on it. So it's not going to be out for like a little bit. And I know that we said that we were going to put out a vlog every day after Vlogmas, and it just happened to not work out that way, but we are getting up more vlogs than I think we did before December. So at least that's happening. That's pretty much that. So I guess let's just get right into the big topic.
So we are eating vegan. Like, no exceptions. Not primarily vegan, 100% vegan.
Yeah.
So that's the news.
That's the big news.
Yeah. We do this thing where we send each other like videos that we want to watch, either memes or videos, like while I'm at work and she's at work or home or whatever. Even sometimes via email if we know we're busy and we can't get to it. So she sent me Yourofsky's The Best Speech Ever, and I had not gotten to watch it when she initially sent it to me, I believe it went. And then we tried to watch it together. We only watched a few minutes of it and that didn't work out. And around that time that we started watching it, like Tess and I were both eating the healthy, primarily vegan, the healthiest that we've ever eaten, but we were still dabbling, if you will, back and forth.
You more so than me.
Yeah. Okay. Peanut butter M&Ms.
I love peanut butter.
Yeah. So maybe we'll just say we both were dabbling.
Well, in our own ways.
Yeah. At that point, I still wasn't like completely 100% focused on making this
change
thing.
Yeah.
And just recently, a couple weeks ago, Tess and I watched it together. She had watched it prior, the whole thing.
Yeah.
We watched it together for the first time in full, and it was like mind-blowing. It was amazing, and it was just like a hard slap in the face, basically, but a good slap in the face.
Yeah. Sorry, I had already watched it like 3 times before she did, so it was like, this is like her experience basically that she's talking about. So keep going. I'm sorry.
So from that point that we watched that, I went to Tess and I was like, let's just do it. Like, let's eat vegan.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah. We gave ourselves a little bit of time. It was probably just a couple weeks until we were
gonna make the plunge, basically.
Right, which was the beginning of the year. Like, we didn't want to make it like a resolution or anything.
Right.
It's not really a resolution. It's just like, that's how it's gonna be from now on.
From now on, yeah.
So we decided to give ourselves a little bit of time because we've both eaten the American diet
our entire lives.
It's difficult. Like, we made a little bit of excuses, but thought we were gonna just plunge right into this. We figured give it a couple weeks.
Right.
So we thought January 1st would be a good thing to just start off the year with.
Right.
And that's what we did. We are doing that currently. Like, it's happening.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about it because it's just like, it's a whole new experience, and it's a great way to live from our perspective.
Yeah, I think the shift in mind definitely is making it a lot easier than I thought it would be. We were able to shift our minds knowing that from this point on, like, this is what was going to happen. And obviously it's only what, the 6th of January, so it's only been 6 days, but I feel like it's so much easier than I thought it would be because I was making the excuses before, and now there's just no excuse.
Yeah, that, and we've been doing it for so long. Like, it's not hard right now. Like, it's been 6 days, but it doesn't feel like anything. Like, it's not hard for us.
Yeah.
And
it was just those like certain times where we were like, oh, well, the convenience thing, like, it was just easier, you know. So
even for people that are like thinking about making the plunge to do this, I respect you if you take your time and like do what you got to do. Like, if you see this as an end goal and you're still like progressing towards it, like, that's basically what we did.
Yeah, we always saw ourselves eventually like doing this.
So like, if you need to take your time, do what you got to do.
As long as you know what your end goal is.
Yeah. And you're taking steps towards that, like, that's great.
Yeah.
So
I think pushing yourself into something when you're not ready gives you a better chance of failing.
Yeah. Definitely. So. For inspiration, if you're looking for that, we got our inspiration from obviously the video that we just talked about,
Yourofsky, and just his YouTube channel generally. I think he has some really good stuff on there, and he has some good advice too.
Yeah.
James Aspey on YouTube is so inspirational. I think he has some really good viewpoints and ways of explaining things that you wouldn't necessarily have thought of if you weren't to have watched his videos, and just like conversations with everyday people who don't know anything about the vegan lifestyle, or just like have certain viewpoints towards the vegan lifestyle and negative ones at that. Like just the conversations that he has with people. It's like questions like I had not long ago before even thinking about living this way. So I think he's super inspirational on YouTube. We'll link everything down below for you guys to watch, because if you're thinking about it, it's definitely some good stuff to just get into a different like mindset for sure.
And then let's see, what word did Tess use earlier? No, the non-flix or the Netflix or Netflix documentary called What the Health.
Yeah.
And
that one's been all over everything. I feel like everyone knows about it.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're just mentioning that that's one of our inspirations. Like, it's really good.
Yeah. When our friends were here, we watched Gary Yourofsky's speech, his Q&A, and What the Health with them. And it was just so cool to be able to like share that with people who are at least turning towards that mindset or already in that mindset. I think it's fun to share that with, because it's one thing for just you alone or you and your significant other to have that mindset and be able to talk about that all the time, but just to have like those conversations and share it with other people, it's really cool to see. When I brought up Netflix and non-flick, I was talking about this Netflix.
I'm sorry. That is so funny.
It was. There come points in time where like we want to lose ourselves in like a movie or something, so we'll look for something funny to watch or whatever on non-flicks. But then there comes other times where we just want to like learn and we want to feed our brains. So last night was one of those nights, and we watched this docu-series called Rotten.
Oh yeah.
The first episode happened to be about honey, and prior to our friends going back to New York,
which was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. We were talking about honey and how like obviously we're jumping into this new lifestyle this year, and they were questioning us on like what our viewpoints were, because they really enjoy honey, and we were like, we feel like we'd have to educate ourselves more on it. Like we don't really know the process of making honey and whatnot. Long story short, we watched the first episode of the docu-series, and it happened to be about honey, and they were talking about the domestic process of making honey and then how they outsource to other countries and stuff and import and whatnot, and the process. I mean, we still want to learn more about it, but basically the guy who was a domestic beekeeper was talking about the process, and he was like, so we're essentially robbing them.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Robbing the bees
of their honey. Because like what they do is in the winter they store it so they can feed off of it. Yes, because obviously all the flowers that they would normally pollinate during the spring and summer are dead. So they save it for themselves over the winter, and they say that they like save enough for them to like have it over the winter. So that's like I think where my brain is now. Like, do they? I don't know. Like, I want to learn a little bit more about it.
Yeah,
I guess
it's kind of tough from what we learned. Plus the docu-series that we watched last night wasn't strictly about like how bees make honey and what the process is. It was a lot about how the honey industry was like corrupted, or is currently, just because I won't get into huge detail, but like importing and exporting from different countries and stuff. So it wasn't like 100% about the bees and the honey. So we'll definitely have to do more research. But just from that alone, it kind of just steered us a little bit more away from
wanting to have it, have it in our diet. So we're still a little skeptical about it, but the reason I brought it up was because I want to know what you guys might know about the honey industry. And if you could and do know more, please leave information down below, because we need to do a little more research for sure. So
on top of the honey thing, we also know that we eventually want to get to the point where not just our diet and eating habits are vegan, but our entire lifestyle as well, like in the products that we buy, the clothes that we wear, everything like that. And currently I don't think we've really put in that much thought in what we've been buying. I mean, there's been a few products that we're interested in, and especially like animal cruelty, like not like testing on animals and stuff. Like we've been pretty conscious about that so far, but we really want to get into it 100% and not participate or encourage those kinds of behavior and processing. I don't really know what
well,
I'm trying
I just feel like, I mean, you can silently encourage without even knowing just by wearing what you're wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're wearing North Face right now. Like, we don't even know where the materials came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, just doing more research and buying locally and just, like, knowing more about the products that we buy rather than having blinders on and not knowing anything about it. That's where we eventually want to be. And I feel like that's our next step in this lifestyle. So,
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting.
It is so exciting. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking that, like, I feel like it's just gonna bring us so much positivity to
Yeah.
our lives, and like it'll just make our lives more free, really, and more happy, and
knowing that you don't contribute to
that, and I just
hurting
feel
other
like
beings.
And I feel like all that positive energy will just come back to us, and like it'll just bring stuff to our lives that make us like able to do more things that we want to do as well.
It's kind of emotional, like just like talking about it and thinking about it. It's just like so empowering. I feel. I love it. So yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw my Snapchat from yesterday, but Kayla fell asleep while watching the docuseries.
Shocker.
And she had slept, we were arguing on like how long she had slept because we couldn't agree on the amount of time. But we both agreed at least it was like 2 hours. And while Kayla was sleeping yesterday, I started researching somehow either being certified or getting a bachelor's degree in becoming a registered dietitian or having a certification in some sort of nutrition, because there's all different types of nutrition that you can be certified in, I guess.
And obviously also it's a completely different amount of time that you're spending getting either the degree or the certification.
Right. And it's not like 100% something I know that I want to do, but I wanted to put it out there to let you guys know that it's something that I'm thinking about. If you may have advice on it at all, on like which way I should go, if that's something you are knowledgeable of and whatnot.
And I think advice would be great just because you don't know a whole lot about it already, but you also don't know if having so much passion about the vegan diet would be hindered by doing either one or the other. If you do have like knowledgeable advice on that. Because she looked up in some certification places like are really, or maybe 100% focused on the veganism diet, and then some she's learned about that are not.
Where they're more focused on the American lifestyle, where meat, cheese, dairy, and eggs are part of daily nutrition, and that's not something I want to be knowledgeable on at all, because I don't believe in it. So it's just something that I'm thinking about, and the reason that I'm thinking about it is because I think you guys understand and know that like we both have a passion for this lifestyle, but to become more knowledgeable, to be able to share certain things with you guys would just make it even more exciting and even better for us. So
even share things with other people in our lives to kind of enlighten them on, you know, what they can do to better help themselves out.
For sure.
Because we know what we know so far.
Well, I think for people who are following a vegan lifestyle or knowledgeable on it at that and are talking to others about it, like there are certain times where it's tough to like bring certain things up that you know. Like you know so much and you've learned so much just by doing research and like watching videos and whatnot, but it's so hard to like talk about on the spot when people are like, well, why is this way and what is that and blah blah blah. And it's like, I want to be knowledgeable, I want to be able to share my knowledge with the world. So it's just something that I'm thinking about, and I wanted to share that with you guys just in case maybe you had advice, because it would be essentially me going back to school, and that's one, exciting, and two, really terrifying. So but that's really all we wanted to bring up with you guys today. We are about to head out here.
We still gotta make the
We're about to get back on the road and go home and see our kitties. But yeah, you guys will soon see the rest of Kayla's birthday trip up on the channel. I'm in the process of editing it now. I just want to make it perfect for you guys. So with that being said,
if you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you liked our content, and we look forward to putting out more on this specific topic.
All right, guys, we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. We love you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.